WPTV First Alert Weather on WSTU is brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Code Red Roofers cares and calls you back. Shows up and finishes on time. 287-2829. Code Red Roofers, the roofers who respond. Now here's the First Alert meteorologist.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast this afternoon. Highs reaching the low 80s, partly sunny and mainly breezy throughout the day. Otherwise, only a slim chance of an isolated shower. Tomorrow, warmer and humid. Highs reaching the mid-80s with a 40% chance for afternoon to evening showers and storms. By Thursday, a cold front moves in. Highs in the mid-80s on Thursday, down to the upper 70s by Friday into the weekend forecast. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall for WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie Broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna and Aetna Medicare. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Hello and good morning, Treasure Coast. Thank you for joining us in the Quality of Life Radio Show. This is an extraordinary Tuesday morning, March 22nd. I'm your host, Gary Owen.
And I'm your co-host, Tom Bouvier. And Gary, I think we can expand that Treasure Coast greeting to planet Earth.
Yes, 47 plus countries, and soon we'll be up in heaven. if we're not, I think we're already there. It seems like we're in heaven.
We love
like
the
paradise here in Florida, man. The weather's beautiful. And by the way, the Quality of Life Radio Show is sponsored by Aetna and Cigna Medicare. Thanks for joining us on WSTU 1450 and WPSL 1590, as well as Facebook Live. So if you're in an area maybe north of Sebastian and you can't catch us, the signal may not be strong enough. You can tune into Facebook Live. You can follow us, Quality of Life Radio Show. And Tom, we're here every Tuesday morning.
Absolutely, Gary. We love to come here every Tuesday morning. We love to bring relevant content to our listeners, and you'll find as you listen that it's information that you can really use in your life. Number two, we love to support and showcase local business owners. We have a wonderful guest today for you who we'll be introducing here in a moment. And Gary, you and I, we love to bring education and informational options about Medicare, about insurance planning, so that people can improve their quality of life.
Yeah, it's like Medicare Straight Talk or Insurance Straight Talk. We talked this morning, Tami and I, real brief, about how boring insurance is. But we make it exciting and lively and fun, especially on this show. And more importantly, I think that we change the lives of so many people. When you do what's right for people, it comes back to you tenfold.
And there's nothing boring about that.
Nothing boring at all, and we're having fun. So we're going to, real quick, we're going to do an introduction to our guest. But before we do, you'll want to stay tuned today for our segment, Did You Know? So we're going to talk about that. It is about Antarctica. So that's a very interesting subject, and we're going to ask our guest some questions to see what she knows about Antarctica.
That's her specialty, I believe.
And then we're going to talk a fun health fact as well, and then what happened this day in history. So stay tuned for that. But before we get to that, we're excited to have Tami Karol, the one and only, splendid, spectacular, lovely Tami Karol of Tami Karol Insurance Agency with us in the studio this morning. Good morning, Tami.
Good morning, Gary and Tom. How are you guys?
Great. I'm glad you brushed your hair this morning.
I did. Thank you.
I thought you got a new hairstyle. She goes, no, Gary, I just brushed my hair this morning.
Thank you, Gary.
What's a special occasion? Well, she says she's looking for a man. So,
okay.
So if there are any single dudes out there, I mean, you got a real find right here.
On the radio.
But you,
Okay.
Like she's turning red.
My.
I absolutely.
Boy,
absolutely.
you got her even before the
Oh, God.
before the questionnaires, the questions and survey.
Oh gosh, sorry.
I love Gary Owen.
Tammy. So, how many years? You were telling us how many years already you've been in business here on the Treasure Coast. It's amazing how time goes by.
It does fly. Next year, we will celebrate 20 years in business for Tami Karol Insurance. So we are super excited about that.
20? Are we having a big celebration?
I sure hope so.
You know, we're having a celebration together, you and I,
We are.
on April 2nd, I believe it is.
We are. We will be at the GOP Patriotic Picnic, and we will be giving out a special gift to everybody that stops by the Tami Karol Insurance Gary Owen table.
Yeah, we are co-branding a nice little gift, and you can buy and get a brewski, and you can put something, that brewski into something that will keep it cool for the rest of your excursion around the park.
As you can see, I'm going for the surprise element, and Gary's just throwing it all out there.
Well, it was surprising. They still don't know what it is. I never mentioned the word. Maybe before the end of the show, we may have to. We'll spill the beans, but I think we'll see it up. So, Tammy, listen. Before we get to what you're doing in your business, I think what's on everybody's mind is what in the heck happened at the legislature. They closed down for the session and didn't even address homeowners insurance premiums. What the heck's going on, man?
Well, I believe that right now there's not a lot of solutions that they can do, and we need more solutions. Basically, our biggest challenge with the homeowners insurance right now is the roofs. So basically what happened is that everybody got a new roof based on the roofers knocking on your door saying you had hail damage. The insurance company paid for all of those roofs, and now the insurance company doesn't want to do that anymore, so they want some kind of resolve from legislature that says, hey, either stop the roofers from doing this, which violates the roofer's right to advertise, or let us put a depreciation on the roof where we'll replace the roof, but we're going to depreciate it if it's a 5, 10, 15-year-old roof, and you're not going to get a brand spanking new roof minus your deductible. You're going to get depreciated. So there's a lot of factors, and I think what's happening is that we can't find the real solution. We also have the insurance carriers that have recently gone financially insolvent, and so they're in liquidation. We had Gulfstream last year, and we had St. John's, which was thankfully taken over by Slide, but we now have Avatar on the table. So all of those people have to race and get insurance within a short 30-day period. So the insurance carriers that are still writing are tightening their guidelines or closing their doors because they don't want to get that giant influx of business that they can't handle all at the same time.
And that keeps your people busy.
It does.
Churning that business, it seems like. You're just going from one carrier to another, so you're not gaining new business, you're supporting your existing business, which doesn't really make you money.
We are absolutely trying to, but at this point, most people that we do reshop, there really isn't many options for them to go to, especially if you do not have a new roof. If you have a new roof, you have a little more options, availability out there, but with an older roof, you basically are stuck where you are with the rate that you have in most cases.
And people are getting dropped because of the roofs are over 15 years.
Absolutely. Architectural shingle roofs that are over 15 years, some carriers 10 years, are non-renewing policies or not taking them because the roof is over 15 years old. Even if your roof is still in tip-top condition, if it's architectural shingles, you have many carriers, most of them, that do not want it if it's over 15 years old. So it's a really, really tough market right now, guys.
So what can people do about that?
They can go to Citizens, is always an option. Citizens is our market of last resort. That is also tightening their guidelines. So you do have to get inspections, roof certifications, things of that nature. But there's always an option, but it's a matter of if you want to pay for that option. So we are getting insurance so unaffordable that you have people that are selling their houses because they can't afford to pay the insurance premiums anymore, especially your landlords that have multiple rental properties and they all have older roofs on them and they're faced with having to replace 10 or 15 roofs. They're taking advantage of this market right now and selling them at top dollar. So it's really not great for our community right now what's happening with the homeowners insurance. So I really hope that legislation opens back up and that homeowners insurance becomes a top of mind topic for them, because we definitely have to do something, because we have no new carriers coming in, we only have carriers leaving, and we don't have anybody talking about reducing their rates. So anybody that hears that, that is not happening.
It's not an easy fix, man. I mean, it's a convoluted and complicated situation, and And the homeowners are the one who's going to suffer for this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as we were speaking earlier, right now with everything going up, if you have your homeowner's insurance has increased, and generally speaking, everybody has increased at least $1,000 a year, if not more. Some people have increased $4,000 a year. So if you have that increase between your homeowner's insurance, your taxes going up, and just your trip to Publix increasing. I mean, if you're on a regular paycheck to paycheck, this is really crippling families right now. Because if your budget now needs an extra $500 a month in it and you don't have anywhere to pull that money from, it's really crippling our families right now. So really, we have to do something about it.
Well, I know that this little company that I work with saved me $1,000 in my homeowner's insurance premiums. Oh, that's right. It's Tami Karol Insurance.
It better be.
Well, thank God for that because, the price increase was a shocker when I opened my bill and then finally got all of my windows done, with impact glass. So that really dropped the premiums a lot, getting the impact glass. So
Yes, but the impact glass is the exact same discount as the storm shutter. Just so everybody knows. So to upgrade from the shutter credit that you already have to impact glass is fantastic, and you don't have to put your shutters up.
Yay!
But it is the same price on the discount as the storm shutters on insurance.
So now we can just watch the storm go by.
You can watch it. It's great. It's fantastic.
Watch that tree coming, that branch, and boom! Wow, look at that.
Plus, it's great for not hearing everything outside. You don't have to hear the dogs barking. You don't have to hear the traffic going by.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, so I think you and I, well, not me, because I'm not in the property and casualty business, but you and all of your competitors probably need to get together and talk to the legislators and let them know what the heck's going on. They have to know.
We absolutely are trying. We are absolutely working on that. And we have some absolutely great legislators right here in our area that are very accessible. John Snyder, our representative, has been very accessible to the insurance industry, really hearing what we have to say. It's just a matter of where the solution is. We can talk all day long, but if we don't have a solution, if the government is not willing to listen to the insurance carriers with what they require so they can open their doors back up and get back in business and be profitable, then we're going to be at an impasse, and we're going to become a citizens world where that's where everybody's going to end up because they can't get into a private carrier for whatever reason it may be.
Is this a Florida-specific problem, or is it nationwide, are you finding?
So this problem right here with the roofs has gone around nationwide, but with Florida, we're also, housed with our hurricanes, and, everybody thinks, oh, we haven't had a hurricane in a couple of years. Well, we haven't had one here, but we've had them in other places. So the insurance companies are pooling across the United States. Yeah. So if you get hit somewhere hard somewhere else and it's devastating, we still pay. That still trickles down to the rest of us. But I don't know if the homeowner's insurance is as crippling in other states as it is here because we only represent Florida. And again, our Florida rates are so different. Anybody that relocates here from another state will come in and be shocked when they get a $2,000 or $3,000 homeowner's premium that we think we're giving them a great quote because they came from New York where their homeowner's insurance was $400. So.
Yes. Yeah, I got an email. I get probably a million emails a day, but this one happened to stand out about roofing. It was a local roofing contractor soliciting to come to my house and see if I can get a new roof. And I responded back to this person, you're the reason why we're having so many problems with homeowners insurance premiums, being escalated. And I said, do not ever contact me back again. So
I've had them knock on my door, and I've said the same thing. There's nothing wrong with my roof. I'm an insurance agent, so I will report you if you don't leave the whole neighborhood right now.
It's unbelievable.
It's
tough. So it's illegal for them to do that?
It is. It's a right to advertise. It's a right to advertise. So
it's not illegal, but it's unethical. Right?
I believe it's unethical when there's nothing wrong with your roof.
Correct.
It would be like you selling me a health insurance policy that didn't cover anything that I asked you for.
Well, it covered your big toe. Come on.
The big toe
big
is
toe
so
insurance
important.
syndrome.
So important. If you want to be a foot model.
With a pinky toe, you put the ring on the pinky toe, whatever. Crazy stuff. We're coming up on our first break of the show, and when we come back, we'll ask. Actually, we're going to grill Tami Karol about some more things.
She is in the hot seat today.
She likes it. She does very well in the hot seat. Okay. We're glad to see her in the hot seat. Hot Mama is in the hot seat. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show on WSTU 1450 AM and WPSL 1590. And you can catch us live on Facebook at Quality of Life Radio Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Life has taught you many lessons. Like, all you can eat is strangely unsatisfying. That's why it's better to have what you actually need. You've also learned that one size fits all never seems to fit. That's why a Cigna Medicare Advantage plan gives you care that fits your specific health needs. Learn more at CignaMedicare.com, because life has taught you well. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
All right, you hoodlums, welcome back to the Quality of Life Radio Show. For all of you hoodlums out there that are listening and scam artists, this is the No Scam Show. So if you're a scam artist and you have nefarious methodologies to your practice, we would love to have a conversation with you and straighten you out. At least we'll have Tami Karol, we'll sick Tami Karol on you, and she'll take care of you. Tami Karol is in the beautiful downtown studio at WSTU, and we were talking at break about the success she's having in this industry in spite of how tough it is and the competitive edge that she has. So, Tami, what separates you and Tami Karol Insurance from the rest of your competition?
Well, I think it's our personal touch. So we really focus on the community. We live here, we work here, and we give back right here. So we sponsor lots of events, we show up for lots of nonprofits, we volunteer, we answer our phone. You don't press one for a person, somebody answers the phone, you talk to a person, you get who you need. I think that really separates us. We call people back, which we don't try to hide behind email. We still have a very personal touch because I believe it's still a small town and people are still welcome to come into our office. We have not shut people out, due to COVID and things of that nature. If people want to come in and sit face to face and go over their insurance, we're more than happy to do that as well. And we are an independent agency, so we have access to a lot of different markets. We're not captive, so we don't just have one market. So when, Gary, you call me and you say, I need you to look at my auto insurance, we're going to shop that auto insurance with you with 10 to 15 carriers to see which the best one is so that you don't have to call 10 to 15 carriers. Same with your home insurance or your business insurance. So I really think it's our customer service. I've been blessed to have a fantastic staff, which, hello, is listening right now. I'm letting them all listen during work.
Hi, staff.
So I'm blessed to have a fantastic staff, many of whom have been with me for a very long time. So they have a lot of knowledge in the industry. And I think we're educators. We don't try to sell you something, we educate you. Because right now, especially with as expensive as insurance is, it's kind of like a salad bar. You pick and choose what you want. You don't have to take everything, but you have to understand what you're not taking. So that in the event of a claim, if you opted not to take a coverage, you understand that you're not going to have that coverage. Or if you opted to go for a higher deductible to reduce your premium, you understand that you need to have that money available for the event of a hurricane and a high deductible for a new roof or anything of that nature. So I feel really confident in my staff that they educate and that when someone buys their policy, they understand what they bought or what they didn't buy even in that case.
Tom, who does that sound like?
Sounds like Owen Insurance Group.
Yay!
Independent broker.
That's why we send you all our health and life insurance leads.
So, again, right, independent, educators,
non-captive.
We do what's right 100% of the time, like Tami does and her staff, for our neighbors. I mean,
right.
Our clients are family. You know, I mean, we treat them like family. So why would we put somebody in a bad policy? That would not be good if you're a family member. You get kicked in the butt.
Because they know where we are.
That's correct.
Right behind the Key West Diner, north of the Roosevelt Bridge on US 1.
And now you've moved a little further away from us now, so you're off Indian Street.
We are on Indian Street in the bright yellow Sawgrass Business Center, right between Astor Lane and Willoughby. So yes.
Straight shoot across the bridge and
that's
go
right.
home. It's nice.
Mondo's.
Real close to Mondo's.
Yeah.
That's where I like to go have my cocktails.
Yeah,
I love Mondo's.
We have to go to Mondo's sometime soon and do
yes.
our one-to-one. Maybe we could do our one-to-one, meeting there.
Absolutely.
Or someplace like that anyway. So what do you specialize in? So obviously we know homeowners is one.
So we do all property and casualty. So we do your home, your auto, your boats, your RVs,
Airplanes?
your motorcycles. We do not do airplanes. We leave that to the aviation industry. There is an insurance agency right here in town that does nothing but airplanes, and they're fantastic. We also do business insurance. So we do your liability, your property, general contractors, anything of that nature. We love small businesses, mom and pop restaurants, plumbers, artisan contractors. The small guys that are just getting started are fantastic. We love growing with them, and we always refer out our clients. So I'm really proud of that because we are constantly out there networking. So when someone asks us for a referral, we always go to our clients first because we know that they're licensed and insured. We know that they do a great job, and so we always give them a referral as well. So we're pretty proud of that.
So for all the small business owners out there, and you're not happy with your premium or level of service that you currently have, I'd highly recommend you contact Tami Karol Insurance, located here in Stuart, Florida for the past 20-some years, and they have fantastic service and a lovely haircut this morning, too.
My God, Gary, I did not get my hair cut.
Well, there's something different.
It's probably the glow of me seeing you this morning.
I love it.
Excited.
So, see, if you haven't been on my radio show, come and get the glow.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it. So
I need backup. Tom, I need backup.
Hey, Tom's backing us all up. I mean, he's here as a mediary,
Yeah.
So what would be your number one message for small business owners who are out there listening and maybe not happy with what they have, or maybe they don't have the right insurance? What would you say to those folks?
Absolutely. I would say that your business, your home, those are your biggest assets. So you need to understand that you're insuring them properly. Just like with you guys, when you do your life insurance, you really want to evaluate what somebody needs in coverage should they pass, unexpectedly, which Gary fantastically did for me. Thank you. Yes. He made me buy more and more. So if my kids are listening, Gary's going to make you rich. But at any rate, it's important that you understand what you're insuring and what you don't have, especially in a small business. For instance, if you're a restaurant and you're serving beer and wine, people think that you don't need liquor liability because you're not serving liquor. You still are serving beer and wine. And if you overserve someone and they leave the premises and they hurt somebody, you will not have the protection without the liquor liability, which is a few $100s to add on to the policy. So it's things like that we pride ourselves in being an educator, especially for a small contractor that thinks he gets asked to be in additional insureds on certificates all the time. Well, we want to make sure that we put you with a company then that has a blanket additional insured so that you don't pay for every single additional insured at $50 or $100 a pop every time someone asks you for one. So it's things like that we really so much interview you to find out a little bit more about your business so that we can suggest to you what you need. Again, salad bar. You can buy what you want, especially in commercial insurance. But I want to make sure that when you leave, you understood what you had the option to buy and make sure that you understand what you might have passed on.
And how much do you charge for a consultation?
Well, Gary, we currently are charging a special, which is $0.
Wow. That's kind of like us.
But we grab you at the door if you don't write a check before you leave.
I tell you, this insurance agency sounds like our insurance agency.
Sure does.
Same ethics, code of ethics, and doing things properly, professionally, fun, and customer service oriented. That's huge.
Absolutely.
So workers' comp.
We do offer workers' comp as well, yes.
So fantastic. So small business owners, make sure you reach out to Tami Karol. And Tami, how do they reach you? What's the best way to get hold of Tami Karol Insurance?
So the best way is to call our office
Smoke
where
signal?
a real person will answer the telephone and get you to the correct person that you need. And that's going to be 772-781-7720. You can also go to our website and find all our contact information at tkarol.com. Or I think Gary's probably going to be giving out my personal number to everybody as he's been going on and on.
I thought you were wanting to do that. I mean,
Only interested
do I
inquirers.
have your, I
Gary's
do.
going to interview
I
them
do have-
first.
It'll be on Facebook soon. Just hang tight.
It will not.
Yeah, taking interviews. Call Owen Insurance Group.
Yeah, we could do a match.com.
Owen will sell you a
That's right.
giant life insurance policy first before they send you my way. I want to make sure I'm protected if you should unseemingly pass.
And who's
within
got
first-
the best life insurance business on the Treasure Coast?
Owen
Owen
Insurance.
Insurance.
There you
Group.
go. I
All
love
right.
it. We love doing life insurance. And again, how important is that, right? Life insurance,
right.
too. We'll talk a little bit about that maybe a little later today if we have a chance. But, Tom, we want to kind of pick up what we left off in yesterday because last week because we ran out of time.
We did.
But before we do that, we're going to do our quote of the day. From pain can come wisdom. From fear can come courage. From suffering can come strength if we have the virtue of resilience. So there is your quote of the day. Tami Karol,
Yes.
question for you. Fun health fact. What is the largest organ in your body?
The largest organ in your body. The heart?
Eh,
The lungs?
One more.
Liver?
Nope, it's the skin.
The skin.
Oh, the skin.
Your
Skin's an organ?
Skin
It is an
works
organ.
hard. Not only is the largest organ in your body, but it regulates your temperature and defends against disease and infection. So there you have it.
It's
So
alive.
I guess if this insurance gig doesn't work out, I'm not going into the medical field. Since I
you
didn't
can
even
go-
know the skin was an organ.
But you could learn skincare.
I could.
Yeah, you can always learn skincare. All right, today in history, March 8th is the 81st day of 2022. My God, how time is flying by. And 284 days left in the year. What happened this day in history on March 22nd, back in 1765? The British government passes the Stamp Act. That went very well.
Oh, yeah.
Stamp Act in the colonies. So they basically taxed all printed copies of everything, and of course that lasted for about a year, and then they repealed it. Of course, we know what happened a decade later, the Revolution, thanks to the British. In 1893, the first women's college basketball game was played in Smith College, Massachusetts. 1894, the first Stanley Cup championship was played in Montreal, Canada. 1933. Now we're getting into,
When you were
century,
born.
closer to
Not
when
the
I was
rest of
born.
us. Go on.
FDR legalizes what?
Alcohol.
Marijuana.
Alcohol.
Sell beer and
Alcohol.
wine, yeah,
Oh.
and levied tax on all alcoholic beverages. So if you're not happy with the tax you're paying on liquor, you can go and pee on FDR's grave. 1934, first Masters golf tournament began in Augusta, Georgia. In 1983, the Pentagon awards over $1 billion contract to AM General Corp to develop 55,000 high-mobility, multi-purpose wheeled vehicles, a.k.a. Humvees.
Humvees.
GM purchased the rights to market the Hummer in 2002, and the H2 was the first Hummer. It came in at a whopping 8,600 pounds. That was introduced in 2005, and then the smaller H3 debuted in 2005, and that was at 5,800 pounds. You don't see too many of them on the road anymore. I think the gas
No, they
prices-
used to be so popular. They were everywhere.
Yes, they were.
I heard
back
they
in the
weren't too
day.
comfortable.
I
I've
don't
never
know.
been in one.
I've never
I've
been
never
in
been in
one.
one.
But interesting vehicle,
Like
though.
big Jeeps or...
And then the last thing I have here is 2014. 43 people died during a mudslide in Oso, Washington, 55 miles northeast of Seattle. Famous birthday today. Who do you think is famous birthday today?
Today is Arthie Hammond's birthday from Keller Williams. Is it her?
Aw,
Happy
happy
birthday, Arthie!
birthday!
She's famous. Yeah.
Famous, like William Shatner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They share their
Reese
birthday.
Witherspoon.
Oh.
So she shares the birthdays.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and so William Shatner finally went to space for the first time about, a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 91 years of age, bless him. Famous death, Wayne Huizinga died on March 22nd, 2018 at age 81. So that is that. So, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about, did you know the Antarctica? And then we'll talk more about the Medicare stuff here in a second. I guess that's really what we're here for, right? Quality of life and what we can do for people. Did you know that Antarctica is covered in a sheet of ice that's 7,000 feet thick? That's roughly 19 football fields thick. If the ice sheet ever melted, it would raise the sea levels all across the globe to an estimated how many feet? A, 50 feet, B, 100 feet, C, 200 feet, D, 300 feet, or E, 500 feet. So how much would it raise the sea level if that 7,000 feet of ice melted, do you think?
Or not at all.
Tammy, what would be the number?
I'm going to let Tom take this one.
Well, Tom, you get the first guess.
If it's one of those, let's say 100 feet.
100 feet? What do you say?
I'll go with 100 feet, too.
No, you can't. That's already taken.
Oh, come on.
50?
200 feet.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm the
200
winner.
feet. That's a good guess.
What's my prize? What's my prize?
What about when you have ice
A
in a
haircut.
glass? Yeah.
God, Gary, jeez.
Oh, my.
So funny because yesterday I actually texted my haircut girl and I said, "Oh, I waited so long. Can you squeeze me in?" She said, "I'm booked till after Easter. Now you're going on and on." So I hope she's listening because she's going to know how bad I need a haircut now.
Oh, give me the number. I'll call her. I'll get you in. Don't worry about that. So there's your fun did you know fact of the day. So good job, Tammy, on that one. And then one more thing, two more things real quick before we get into it. Tom, how many more days left of the Medicare open enrollment period?
Till 9 more days.
9 more days.
9 days.
That's all we
9
have.
days.
If you are on a what type of plan?
A Medicare Advantage.
What can they do?
Part C, they are able to switch to another Medicare Advantage plan, or they could go back to original Medicare, drop their Medicare Advantage plan and pick up a prescription drug plan and apply for a Medicare supplement if you care to do that.
So can they get their Medicare supplement automatically?
Well, no, it all depends. So, of course, depending on the time frame that you've had the Medicare Advantage, if it's within 12 months, you would have guaranteed issues. So no underwriting, no medical questions would be asked. After 12 months of being on a Medicare Advantage plan, if beyond 12 months, you would have to undergo underwriting, which doesn't mean you won't qualify, but potentially if you've had some medical issues, you may not qualify for Medicare supplement.
Very good.
And if you miss the open enrollment, do you have to wait until next year? Is that how it works?
That's right.
Okay, and that's what, January or?
Yeah, well, so that's when the plan starts, but you'll do your AEP or your annual election period from October 15 through December the 7th.
Okay.
So that's the only chance you have to make the change if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan. All right. Next thing, Tom, is today begins another SEP for Obamacare, ACA. So it's related to the FPL, the federal poverty level. So if you're at 100%, 125%, or 150% below the FPL, then you could qualify for an SEP to get into a health care plan, a comprehensive health care plan on the either on or off the exchange. So if you have questions about that, for example, if you're a single person and you're making $19,320 a year, you would qualify for this special enrollment to enroll in a health care plan. If you're a family of 5 and the income is less than $47,000, again, you'd qualify for a special enrollment to have an ACA plan.
And if they are on a ACA plan now, would that also give them the right to switch to a different plan?
I would think that it would, being an SEP.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so now we've got those two out of the way. Tom had mentioned Medicare Supplement a minute ago. It's funny you said that because I've got some statistics on Medicare Supplement versus Medicare Advantage plans. So obviously, for freedom of choice, going anywhere you want to go in the nation that accepts Medicare, you'll be on a Medicare supplement plan where you should talk about and think about enrolling in a Medicare supplement plan, aka Medigap plan. Plan N is on the increase, is on the rise for one of the most popular plans being chosen today because of its affordability. So the top 10 states for Plan N sales include Washington, Michigan, Ohio, Hawaii, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Vermont. Can't believe Florida's not in there. That is amazing.
We're an FG state, apparently.
Yes, Plan F and Plan G appears to be the biggest market share for Florida, and probably Plan G for most of the state, but at least we can see that, like, for example, New York, 26% of enrollees are selecting Plan N. So in Plan N versus Plan G, it's just a very simple thing to remember. All of the Medicare supplement plans today now have no first dollar coverage. So like Plan F has gone away, Plan C has gone away. So now Plan G is the next best plan, most comprehensive plan. The only thing you got to do is pay a one-time annual deductible of $233 a year. After that, Plan G covers 100% of everything. So that's it. $233 is your annual exposure. Plan N is a little different than Plan G. Tom, want to explain how Plan N works?
Sure. Plan N would be the same as Plan G as it relates to hospitalization, meaning you would not pay anything for Part A, inpatient hospitalization, a few other things that are covered under A. And then Part B, very similar to G, you would pay that Part B deductible of $233. After that, you would have a $20 copay whenever you would see a primary care specialist or a primary care doctor or a specialist, $50 if you were to go to the emergency room. Now, of course, if you were admitted into the hospital, that $50 would be waived. And then one little thorn in the side that's not utilized a lot, it's called excess charges, Part B excess charges. And that means doctors could have some of them have the right to charge up to 15% higher than the Medicare allowable rate. So if Medicare pays $100 to that doctor, the doctor could charge you up to $15, which is 15%.
Very well spoken. Excellent. So when we come back from our last break, Tom and I are going to dive into more of what's covered with original Medicare. And you're listening to the Quality of Life radio show on WSTU 1450 AM and WPSL 1590 AM. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. You'll get your hand smacked. We'll be right back.
Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Life has taught you many lessons. Like, all you can eat is strangely unsatisfying. That's why it's better to have what you actually need. You've also learned that one size fits all never seems to fit. That's why a Cigna Medicare Advantage plan gives you care that fits your specific health needs. Learn more at CignaMedicare.com, because life has taught you well. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
All right, welcome back to the Quality of Life Radio Show. Our studio producer here, Iggy, has told me that there are a lot of people watching us live on Facebook. So let's give them a shout out. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in on Facebook. Share, like, so we can grow. And besides 47 countries, Tom, it'd be great to be in 47 states.
Absolutely.
Since we're licensed in 30 states right now, I think that's as much as I want to handle. Licensed in 30 states, Tammy, is
That's awesome.
It's not that financially. It's not fun.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of money.
As long as we get business in those 30 states.
Yes, we got to get more business. So, Tom, we got 15 minutes left in the show today. And also a shout out to some folks in Vero Beach who are going to be some new clients of ours. They was referred to us, and they searched us online, and they Googled us. They saw our 5-star reviews. They were impressed. They gave us a call. They weren't happy with the information that they've been receiving. So they got the right information right from the horse's mouth. And so they'll be working with us soon for their Medicare supplement plans and their Part D plans. So shout out to all the folks that are currently watching, doing business with us, and soon will be doing business with us. All right, Tom, Part B, Part A and Part B. Could you tell us how much Part A costs for a consumer that's aging into Medicare and they go on Part A?
Sure. So if you're an individual who paid into Medicare, maybe when you first got your job at 16 years old, you would pay zero monthly premium, zero premium-free Part A. That covers hospitalization, etc. And however, if you did not pay the full 40 quarters or 10 years into Medicare at that, you would have a graduating scale on how much that could be. And so I don't know the exact numbers. I know Gary does. So like $480 something would be like the maximum. So $400 or $500 potentially if you did not pay into Medicare. So if you came from another country, you've been here for 5 years, and you're over 65, you could qualify for Medicare, but you may have to pay for that Part A premium. And again, the number is in the
$499.
Thank you, sir. So rate almost at $500 for Part A.
That's a big savings.
A year or a month?
No,
per month.
A month.
A month. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so that's what the value of having that hospital coverage Part A is given to a Medicare beneficiary. So it's $500 a month that they get at no cost if they, like Tom said, work 10 years. And then Part B, how much do they pay for that beautiful number?
Okay, so again, that would be a sliding scale, but the standard rate, so 80-90% of Americans who are on Medicare would pay. In 2022, it did increase. It's up to $170.10 per month for your Part B premium. That's the standard rate. If you qualified for some type of state assistance, Medicaid, etc., many times the state would actually pay that premium for you, so yours would be zero. And then on the other side, if you, as an individual or together jointly filing tax returns with a spouse, if it's over, I think, $182,000 for a couple, they look at your taxes, go back 2 years. You would pay more than $170,000, and up to, I think, over $750,000 per year. You would pay the maximum premium, and that would be about again
$475.
These are all information I can find in the click of a mouse on my computer, but you would pay $475.
So
per month.
So there you go. Now you got the basic information on Medicare A and Medicare B. I had a call yesterday, another referral. A client is still working, and she's asking, Gary, I'm getting so much information and misinformation. I don't know what to do. Medicare is confusing as heck, man. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So if you're working, you're 65, is it better to stay on the group plan, or is it better to get on Medicare and get off the group plan? So, again, we've got to do a CBA, Tom, a cost-benefit analysis to determine what's the best thing to do for you. So do you have a family? If you have the group health insurance, is your husband and your children on it? It may not make sense to leave that group and lose coverage for your family. But in her case, she was single, but she was only paying $200 a month for her group plan. and with only a $1,500 deductible. So for her, it does not make sense to go on Medicare.
Absolutely, because the Part B premium would almost eat up the same amount that she's paying already, less than $30. So.
Yep, so whenever she's ready, guess who she's going to call?
Gary Owen.
She's going to call Owen Insurance Group, and someone's going to take care of her. If it ain't Gary
right.
Owen. Maybe Tami Karol will come to work for me when she retires.
No.
She's good with it.
And be abused daily by you?
Well, as I get older, I'll probably get more subdued,
I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, right.
I think in all the years we've been friends, you've just gotten a little more wild as we've gotten older.
Well, what do they say? I'll grow older. I have to accept it. My hair's thinning out. It's getting gray. But I'm never going to grow up. Also, we had an email from a client, a lady. She said she made a mistake when she retired and she enrolled in a Medicare Advantage PPO plan. I won't mention the carrier's name, but I because I understood from talking with some people and some friends. Again, talking to the wrong people.
People and friends.
People and friends.
The
My
best.
neighbor has this plan, and they said this was the best plan to get into. And my neighbor said that the PPO plan was like a Medicare supplement. She said, Gary, boy, was I wrong. I need out, and capitalize the word now. I need out now. I've been diagnosed with lung cancer, and many of the cancer specialists, even the facility that specializes in proton therapy to help minimize my lung cancer tumor, are out of network. And this is costing me a fortune. Right now I have an $80,000 proton therapy bill, which has not been paid. I mean, I could go on and on, but Tom, how do we get her out of that plan?
Well,
is there a way?
Well, potentially.
Potentially.
And so, as I mentioned earlier, if she had gone on to the Medicare Advantage plan when she first was enrolled in Medicare, she does have what's called a 12-month Medicare Advantage trial right period. So that gives her 12 months to try the Medicare Advantage plan, and hopefully she's within that. Outside of that time frame, she would have to undergo underwriting, and potentially with her medical conditions, probably wouldn't even be able to send in the application for all the carriers I know. I'm trying to be nice, but it would probably be declined.
And this is what Tom and I preach day after day after day. Talk to the people that specialize in Medicare planning. Don't be talking to anybody else. I had a couple that called in yesterday. I got on the phone, called Medicare, and Medicare gave them erroneous information. Unbelievable. So again, when you call Medicare and you finally reach them, and then you call back with the same question, you're not going to get the same answer. I can guarantee you. So call the experts at Owen Insurance Group at 772-210-1020. We'll give you the skinny. We'll let you know the good, the bad, the ugly, and then you determine what's going to be best for your quality of life.
Absolutely, because we're not only licensed, but we're also insured. I know Tammy was talking about different business owners, even plumbers and carpenters, etc., getting business insurance. We also have insurance because we're human, but we may very, very rarely make a mistake, but that insurance would cover that. And so far, we've not had to use that errors and omission insurance, thankfully. So give us a call at 772-210-1020.
And by the way, for Jerry, for her PPO plan, she actually was on her 11th month in that Medicare Advantage plan. So we're able to help her and get her to back to original Medicare and on to a supplement plan. Guaranteed issue.
Yes.
Good.
So we've got good news in that aspect. But again, the decisions you make today can last a lifetime. It's important to get it right the first time. So if you're aging into Medicare, you're turning 65, I'm going to tell you right now, Tom and I, we've collected bags of literature that our clients come in with. It's confusing. Everyone's trying to do business with them. They're getting phone calls. Their phone's ringing off the hook. People are coming to their door, knocking on their door. It is crazy. It's ridiculous. It's confusing. We are here to simplify insurance planning, whether it's Medicare planning, life insurance planning, health insurance, disability, long-term care. We are here to be your guide and take you by the hand, take you down the path together to help navigate the complexities of insurance, because it is confusing.
It can be confusing, and for a lot of people, it's boring, but we actually make it exciting and show people the value of having the right plan. Because the right plan could either put you or the right plan could either keep you out of the grave, or the wrong plan could put you into the grave much sooner than you should go.
Yeah, and the couple on the phone.
Is that your tagline, Tom?
I think it could be.
I have a really cool tagline I want to use. You know,
yeah. The right plan will keep you out of the grave.
I love it.
We're not secret agents. You know, we're insurance agents. We're not secret agents, but to our clients, we are superheroes. That's who
correct.
we are. All right, so enough of that good stuff. But again, I just can't emphasize the importance of working with a independent insurance broker who represents you, not the carrier.
Correct.
Okay, so that's the most important thing to remember. Get counsel, seek help from someone who has experience and expertise in that field of study. Do not ask your neighbors, your friends, your human resources department. They do not know, nor do they understand. And the husband was with the wife was on a call with me yesterday as a PhD. Because Gary, I'm a smart cookie, I have a PhD, but I cannot figure out this Medicare crap for the life of me. So that's what we're here for. So, all right, we got almost 4 minutes left. We ran out of time, so it's crazy. At the end of the show, that we don't even get to talk what we're supposed to be talking about.
Well, the universe has told us to talk about this.
Yes, someone out there needed this, obviously, and so it's really important that that you contact Owen Insurance Group for health and life, and Tami Karol for property and casualty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think it's so funny what you said. People were told that the PPO is just like a supplement. And another thing they tell you is a PPO, you can go to any Medicare, any doctor or hospital that takes Medicare. Well, that's true in a sense, only if they accept it. They are not obligated to accept it. So if you're within that 12-month window and you want to do a review to come over to the Medicare supplement side and switch it before the 12 months is over, give us a call, 772-210-20. We can do a needs analysis and worksheet for you.
That's right. Tami?
Do you guys do like seminars for people that are interested in Medicare and things like that? Do you have those scheduled?
We started to do those virtually when COVID hit. So now that the C word has kind of subsided a little bit and subdued, we need to get back out there and do those again. So yes.
So will you list those on your website for people that are interested?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely, and on your website too. We'll put
Sure, absolutely. Why not?
We'll do a nice link.
Right.
Since we're bonded together like that.
That's right. Maybe a photo when my hair looks good. We'll see.
Your hair looks great. Your hair is beautiful. I love your hair. Stunning. I can't even look at you.
You came just from the salon, I believe.
Should put my sunglasses on. My God, man. So anyway,
the glow.
Tom, I guess since we got like three minutes left, we'll have to pick up our discussion on the Part B benefits, what's included with Part B and what's not. I tell you what we can talk about real quick,
okay.
Tom. On the Medicare New Handbook on page 55 are some of the things listed that is not covered by original Medicare.
Yep.
Let's hit those real quick.
Absolutely. And so what's not covered is almost as important as what is covered.
Absolutely.
Because people have erroneous ideas about, I get Medicare now. Sure, I'll be able to get my new dentures.
Nope.
Cosmetic surgery, massage therapy, routine physical exams. Who would think that Medicare will not pay for routine physical exams? They actually do not. There are welcome to Medicare checkups and things of that nature, but an actual physical exam is not covered by original Medicare. Most dental care, eye exams for prescription glasses, that is. Of course, if you have medical issues with your eye, that would be covered. Hearing aids, exams for fitting them are not covered. And a big one, Gary, is long-term care. Oh, people say, I don't need a long-term care policy. I heard they paid for my mom. She was in long-term care. They're confusing long-term care with a skilled nursing facility where they got out of the hospital, they broke the hip, stayed in a skilled nursing facility, not a long-term care facility, and Medicare covered, the majority of that for the first 20 days. So anyway, those are some of the things, the big ones that are not covered by Medicare.
And the booth has spoken. So, again, if you've got questions about Medicare, or life insurance, health insurance, disability, long-term care, dental vision, call us at 772-210-1020, and we'll be happy to provide you free information. It doesn't cost you a dime. All right, so next week on our show, we have another special guest, Chuck Gary, a prominent attorney who was born and raised here in Martin County. He'll be with us. Tom and I will continue espousing the knowledge that we have and sharing with you, everybody, and providing valuable insurance planning solutions. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for those of you that are tuning in on Facebook and listening in on the radio. We hope that you enjoyed the show. If you didn't, that means you're dead. So stay tuned, be happy, be safe, keep healthy, and remember, enjoy your quality of life.